Well, this is a journal I just finished. It's a journal about trees and nature. Um, it's about 9 inches by 5.5 inches. It has 3 signatures, and I use the hidden binding technique. So the binding is actually in here. And the cover was made from a cereal box that I covered. Then after I cut it out, I covered it with some Japanese handmade paper that's tea stained. And on the front, I glued leaf skeletons. They're actually made from leaves. And I put some layers of them on there and then filled in with some gel medium. They're really quite pretty. Some of them are almost metallic looking. The inside cover is made from vintage wallpaper. And this is some handmade paper here. The book is made out of book pages, old book pages, maps, a variety of different kinds of papers. This has some pressed flowers on it. And this is a page from a book about painting trees. The pocket here, some little seeds. This is some of my painted paper that I stenciled, and you can write on this. It's journaling space. This is an old book page with some butterflies from a napkin. This side of the book page I gessoed so it could be written on. This is a calendar page and an old postcard. This was a book that was pretty beat up about birds, and so I reinforced the center fold with some paper. I like the way this page turned out. There's lots of writing space. All the pages have some kind of decoration on them. This is a pocket made from a picture from a magazine, and the tag is a paint sample. Old graph paper, tea-stained paper. This is a library book pocket with some extra paper there for writing on. Some of these pages from old books were so pretty I hated to trim them down, so I just folded them in. This is a greeting card that I just tipped in. I collect a lot of greeting cards, and this one seemed to fit the tree theme. Lots of writing space there. Lots of different papers. This is paper used for pastels. Has a nice texture to it. This is the center of the first signature, and the strings have little leaves on them. These tea-stained papers can be written on with any kind of pen. This pocket's made from an old photograph of a family sitting in a tree and one of my handmade tags. This page is a tip-in. I like this girl swinging in the tree. Some washi tape. A pocket made from an old atlas page. And a tag with some pressed flowers on it. This is a pressed flower also, Queen Anne's lace. To go with the forest tree theme, I put lots of forest creatures like birds, butterflies, squirrels. This is a calendar from 1957 with a photo from 1950 something, not sure what. That part was trimmed off. Another book page that's been decorated with tissue and stamps and then gessoed so that it can be written on. This is from that tree painting book with instructions on how to paint trees. An old book page. I really like this. This is from A Child's Garden of Verse, and I really like what was written there about trees. That's the end of the first signature. Here's the second signature. This is paste paper that my sister and I made. It's paper that has a lot of texture and it's decorated with a lot of paint, and then you use tools to scrape through there. It has some pages from a old children's book that was about a bear and a little girl. This is a calendar page. I added a pocket. And here's an old postcard of a lady with a parasol. This is a page from an adult coloring book. I think that, yeah, this is another calendar page with a pocket. No, that's not a pocket. That's just some trim I put on there. I put gesso on the calendar side so it can be written on. Here's some vellum paper. Another card with a screech owl. This is an old book page. And this is a negative. And the picture is of a tree next to a river. This page is from an atlas, and it lists the trees found in American woods. A tag. I like this paper. It's from a songbook of Neil Young songs. This has a very beautiful picture drawing. This is some vintage wallpaper, and a card has a picture of two men holding probably a Christmas tree. It's kind of hard to see this picture, but it's a man sitting in a tree. There's the other side of the calendar page, the picture. And this is from a children's book. In this pocket are some reproductions of famous paintings. I chose ones that were nature related, with a tree, some deer, and another picture. This one's called Dance of the Nymphs. Another cute owl. This tag was made by a friend of mine whose husband painted this picture. He's a watercolor artist. Another tag with some butterflies and a little tassel. And here's the last signature. I like this paper with the birds and the trees. This is one of my jelly prints. Oh, I sewed some extra paper here just for writing. It's graph paper. This page is from a butterfly book. Journaling space here and here. Another beautiful picture of a forest from an old book. Here's a pocket with a handmade card inside. These are pressed leaves from Dusty Miller. And in this envelope are some cards that have different kinds of birds on them. Cardinal, flicker. This is a Chinese flashcard, and on the front it has this picture of a tree. Back here it says spring, so that's spring in Chinese. This is a page from that old atlas of, this page has Washington on it, and there's the Puget Sound area. An old photo of a family sitting on a log. Some stamps. There's the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I like this one because it has a nice silhouette of a tree in it. Page from an old children's book. This is from an old science book. It shows a tree and how far the roots go down. And on this side, it has different kinds of roots and how they look. This is a page from a Chinese poetry book, and I just thought the poems were about nature, and I liked what they had to say. Another page from the bird book. This page from the science book shows different kinds of leaves. And here's some more. A nice linoleum cut print. Some writing space. There's more of the map of Washington. There's the Columbia River. A diagram of the external parts of a bird. There's no trees in this picture, but I do like this one on the back. Look at the roots on that tree. There's the page from the butterfly book. And some extra writing space here. A flying squirrel. And this is that jelly print that I made. This has a lot of pages in it. It's thick. And there it is.